Froggy here, coming on the video review. And today, as you can see, I'll be taking a look at the 1 to 100th scale Master Grade Wing Zero Custom from New Mobile Report Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. And here you can see it in its flight mode, stealth mode. I don't exactly know what this is called. I've never actually seen Endless Waltz, but there it is. Here's his size compared to a soda can in this mode. Slightly smaller than average master grade height, but that'll become apparent later. Anyway, moving on. The colors are pretty much what you'd expect for a Gundam, mostly white, with a little bit of yellow, some red, dark gray, and a very dark blue as opposed to the usual medium Gundam blue that we usually get. Yes, I am using the stand, and that's just because he can't really stand in this mode, because his feet are all folded up. Now, he does have some posability and some accessories, but most of that is pretty unusable in this mode. What you can do is these back wings can move back and forth. Let's get the camera up. These back wings can move back and forth, move up and down just a little bit, and then move up and down just a little bit further, and come out of their socket, because of course. Now, one thing you may have obviously noted is I started in this little flight stealth mode thing, instead of showing it as a feature of the model later, and that is primarily because it is a nightmare to get him into this mode. So, let's get him out of this rather nightmarish mode and back into his usual mobile suit mode. So to start things off, you're going to want to start back here with these back wings. Just take these panels and fold them up. Bring down the main wings. And then just bring them back like that. And just get them out of the way. Come up front to these larger wings. Split them apart. Take their binders, move them back, swing them up, and then rotate the actual wings down. Just make sure they don't come off of their pegs. Again, back, rotate up, and then swing down into place. Hopefully they don't come off their binders, like they seem to want to do all the time. Next, you want to come to these feathers here. Let's angle things down. These feathers here in the front, and just fold them forward like that, and then just kind of collapse them all down. Do the same thing with the feathers back here. Then take these panels right here and fold them out, and I'll expose some more detail. I prefer to do it in his little flight mode, but there's not enough room there. So again, just do the same on this side. Fold these in, just kind of lay them down. Same back here. Swing these out. Just kind of make sure everything's in place enough that he's not going to fall over. I like to swing them back just a little bit more, just to kind of get them out of the way. Next thing you do is just go ahead and pull him off the stand. At least I've got him on the stand. Just makes him a little easier to pose around in that mode. So, take his shoulder armor, swing it up, and then push it in. It's going to take quite a bit of force to lock it in place. I sometimes have to actually take the arm off completely just to get that lock to work. And I'm back, so continuing where we left off. Like I said, it's rather nightmarish to get him to and from each mode, but anyway, just take these little panels here under the shoulder armors and swing them down. Rotate the arms out. Come down to the legs, and then you want to just straighten them out, and when you do, it'll get everything in place, kind of like that. Then fold out the feet. Get everything to where he'll stand, hopefully. And there you technically have the rather droopy looking Wing Zero Custom in its mobile suit mode. Quick size comparison in this mode. Average master grade height. He's gotten a little taller since before. Colors are still exactly the same. White, dark blue, red, dark gray, yellow, and now a tiny bit of clear parts and green. His posability isn't too bad if you can stop everything from falling apart. His head can move back and forth in a ball joint, tilt side to side, rotate side to side, and move back and forth. These little panels here can move up and down. Oh, it's a little tricky to get them far out enough to show the weapons inside. These binders here can move back and forth, rotate. This can move up and down and rotate as well. Back here can move, I can get the wings out of the way, in and out, rotate, up and down. Waist is on several ball joints, back and forth, side to side, and rotate. Cockpit can open, just pull it out. And then there's Hero inside. Just go ahead and push that back in. Arms can move back and forth of the body. Rotate conceivably all the way around, but the wings get in the way. Shoulder armor can move up and down. Arms can move out to the side that far. Rotate all the way around just below the shoulder. Bend that far at 2 points in the elbow. Ball joint in the wrist, so side to side, back and forth, rotate. Ball jointed thumb. Trigger finger is on its own hinge. Other fingers are all fused on a single hinge, though. Front skirts are separate, side skirts are separate. Back skirts are separate and can move. Legs can move forward that far, back that far, out to the side that far, which is mildly disappointing. Rotate pretty good just below the hip. Bend that far at 2 joints in the knee with this armor piece staying there, which looks pretty cool. Ankle can move back and forth, tilt side to side, and rotate. Tilt on the ankle armor. Foot can move back and forth, rotate, tilt side to side, and the toe can move up and down just a little bit. Now for the accessories, the part of this review I did not want to do. So, starting off easy, here's the stand he comes with. Pretty basic, just got a clip up here. Goes into a slot on his back, if I can turn him around to show you. Right there. Whoop, hit the camera. He's also got 2 beam sabers, fairly simple in design, just plain old white. Comes with 2 bent clear green beams, and despite the color distortion on my camera, I assure you these are green, not blue. Getting them in, just take the peg, put it in the port. I like to try and line up the direction of the curve with this little tab here. He can hold it, but not very securely, because this is one of the early master grades from before they came up with the tab and slot system of equipment. So all you can really do is just get it into his hand and then close his fingers as tightly as you can and hope friction holds it in place. As you can see, he doesn't do it very well. They can be stored on him. There are open spaces on his smaller wings. You can just drop the beam saber handles into there. But they don't peg in or anything, so they tend to flop around, which can make some poses a little irritating. You know, more irritating than the model actually makes it. And now for his final accessories, and the worst accessories on the entire model. The twin Buster rifles, mostly just dark green plastic, or dark gray plastic, with green stickers on the end. They're mirror images of each other. They have a grip that can fold down here for him to hold. Again, it's just held with friction, meaning that he doesn't hold it well at all. All you can really do is just kind of try and force it into the hand and hope that the gods of friction are on your side, because otherwise it's just going to flop there, and I don't have the patience to try and finagle him into a pose. You can hold them both, kind of. Of course, they can combine into the twin Buster rifle, or double Buster rifle, whatever it's called. There's this panel here that just folds down. Do the same on the other one. Just fold that down. Slot tabs, put them together. Oh, wait, there's one more thing you want to do first. There's a little panel here that in the back that opens up. There's one on both. This one opens forward rather than back. Join them up here in the back. Join them up in the middle. And then press this part together. And then just get out whichever grip you want him to hold it with. Just put it in his hand, and again, hope friction keeps it in place. For any of his more famous poses, there is a tab right here that locks under here to hold it in place. But aside from that, there really isn't anywhere for him to store it, so all you can do is just stick them in his hand and hope they don't go anywhere. But that finishes up the review of the 1/100th scale Master Grade Wing Zero Custom from New Mobile Report Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. Don't get this model. If you have to have the Wing Zero Custom, wait for the high grade After War, if they're going to, or After Colony, or is After War? No, After War is Gundam X, whatever. Wait for the high grade, or get the real grade. Just don't get this piece of garbage.